Okay, I think we're live. One second, get it together. Hi, everybody. Hello. How are you? Hi, everybody. What's going on? Welcome. Thank you, Francie. Right out of the gate with the super chats. Thank you very much. Hello. How you guys doing? It's Tuesday, right? Jesus. Yeah. So I was just on Stuttering John's podcast with Richard Ojeda. Ojeda. I think he prefers that pronunciation. That's what his grandpa did. And it was a good conversation. It's funny how, in talking about how you think things will go, your just opinion on what the likelihood of certain events are to occur, you can actually make friends and enemies. It's quite odd. Thank you. Yes, Patreons assemble. Hi, everybody. When in reality, it's not whether or not you think something is right or not, but what is the likelihood of it occurring. Now, for example, life on other planets. I think it's statistically, mathematically a certainty that there is intelligent life on some planet somewhere. The idea that we're the only one is the statistical anomaly. It would be ridiculous. Whether or not they can reach us or not, that's another conversation. Whether they're at our level of development or slightly ahead or thousands of years ahead and therefore could come and visit and, probe rednecks and go home, in time for lunch. That's clearly, a question to talk about. But you can get into a discussion whether or not you think Roswell was real or faked, whether aliens come and go all the time, based on your assessment of reality and what you hear, and like I said, the mathematical aspects of it doesn't necessarily, mean that you have an absolute certainty of it, but you have pretty much that ballparking. I can feel pretty confident about certain things. And in the case of whether or not Trump is going to jail, I think the chances of that are extraordinarily slim in the history of presidents who've done a lot of awful things. Many of them close to or as bad or perhaps worse, depending on your opinion, than Trump. So the idea that he might, go to jail for his things when, Bush and the Iraq War, that in and of itself never happened. But anyways, it was just a fun conversation to have people go, yeah, totally right, I'm with you, brother. And then, boo, you suck. How could you say such a thing? Is just indicative, I think, of where we are in conversations a lot. And it makes me very happy to be back with you guys. Hi, Yolanda. Thank you. I believe the truth is out there. New York State might do something, but that's a whole conversation. Oh, GM in snowy Toronto. Yeah, where do I get all my cool shirts? Well, this one's from Film Riot. This is actually the guys, I bought this from the Film Riot website because I like those guys and I bought it to support and also to remind myself to write, shoot, edit, repeat. Which is how I started building out my film kit and how I started deciding career path wise that as a director who's in the DGA, lovely, that I could actually, start building my repertoire, my skill set as far as being a director and doing composite and stuff. And so all the stuff for Sexy Liberal, where I've been doing After Effects and, putting in cartoon birds and making, green screen backgrounds and all that kind of stuff. It's been a really fascinating process, and I love it. And going forward, that's what I want to infuse more of my work with as an artist, as a comedian, as an actor, and as a writer. So be on the lookout for more of that. But yeah, hype train, getting the hype train, hyping the train. Oh yeah. So lots of stuff today, and I noticed, by the way, that you guys were bringing this up. Hold on, let me see. There's got to be a shortcut for this. I'm still operating on the limping computer until the software catches up. But this is a lovely piece of news, and I know that you guys. Wait, I'm leaning the wrong way. There you go. Oh, I have to move it this way a little bit so you can see it. Disputing Trump. Barr says no widespread election fraud. It's just lovely. Are we on Barr? Barr. When does Barr get fired? Watch. Yeah. Hilarious. In case you missed this, Attorney General William Barr said Tuesday that the Justice Department has not uncovered evidence of widespread voter fraud that would change the outcome of the 2020 presidential election. His comments in an interview with the Associated Press came despite Donald Trump's repeated baseless claims that the election was stolen, Trump's effort to subvert the results of the 2020 presidential election, and his refusal to concede his loss to the president-elect Joe Biden. Barr said U.S. attorneys and FBI agents, I almost said Fibbies, Fibby agents, have been working to follow up specific complaints and information they received, but they've uncovered no evidence that would change the outcome of the election. Barr was headed to the White House later for a previously scheduled meeting. I'm sure it went very well. Adorable, don't you think? Yeah. So, a couple of things we have today. One, of course, is Trump is calling into places. This, if you'll recognize, this is Senator Doug Mastriano, who is one of the people in Philadelphia. Yeah, in the Philadelphia Republican gaggle, the Ramada Inn gathering or whatever. He's the guy who chaired that, and he's a total. And by the way, he's wearing a Desert Storm veteran hat, and we thank him for his service. No matter what issues I have with his political views or the ridiculous kowtowing he's doing to Trump, it will never overtake the fact that any veteran serves. It's just a thing. You can disagree with me on that. You're welcome to. Not here. But in this, exactly. Somebody was like, "Who is Eric Metaxas? Metastasizing." I'm guessing it's a radio show from the graphic. It's what I want is a graphic that really sums up who I am. You know, from a branding standpoint, I want it to look like anybody who's green screening over me, making fun of my show. It looks like they're saying this show's name. I've always thought that speech and thought bubbles as a sign are often very weird. Anyway, so this guy's on this guy's show, which I believe he's calling into that guy's show, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So wait till you see. I looked at this just to see if the audio quality was reasonable, but I did not watch the whole thing. You guys know I like to discover it right along with you. But wait till you see Eric Metaxas's bedroom, or whatever, his sex den or his whacking room or his glory hole. I don't know what the space is, but clearly wait for it. Just wait for it. Oh man, it's going to be so good. Wait for this. Okay, so anyways, Doug Mastriano, state senator, Commonwealth senator, Doug Mastriano, is on the Eric Metaxas show. And thank you, Derwin. And what happens is, he calls in. It's very short, but we'll listen to it. I have some theories, but here you go.
I'm here with Eric Metaxas. He wants to know if you want any message to go out on his show today.
Eric is fantastic.
I guess they edit out the part where who? Yeah. So tell me about Eric Metaxas and tell me what it is specifically. Kind of like you were telling specifics to Maria Bartiromo. Tell me specifically what you like about the Eric Metaxas show
today.
Eric is fantastic, by the way. Eric, I love Eric.
We love him.
Yeah, we love him, bro. He's so good. Who?
You know?
Yes, sir. He's eager. Can you hear him, Eric?
Yes, I can hear the president.
This is the quality of the production in this situation. It's like, I think I'm limping by sometimes. Holy hell.
Mr. President, I want to know.
Yeah. Did you spot it? Look over his shoulder. He's got a full, and look at that. Okay. This guy, Room Raider, would chew this guy's ass. Look at this ridiculousness. Okay, so first of all, the chair is covered in books, which just proves how much he likes to read and how much back issues he has. There's a cartoon Trump over his shoulder, I think, with the thumbs up. Now, I'm just going by the reflection in the flat screen TV, I think, that's built into the blue IKEA Billy shells, along with either a picture of himself over his left shoulder or his favorite school shooter. I can't tell. Now, of course, if you lift up the head on the George Washington bus and press the button, the wall goes up, and he, of course, assumes his crime-fighting outfit is Captain USA. Dun, dun, dun. and the giant cutout. And is the cutout, my question is that a straight-up cutout of him hugging the pillow, or is it just a pillow holder you can buy that looks exactly like the My Pillow guy? Like if you order enough My Pillows, they send you a guy that just, it's like a fluffing machine. That they have a My Pillow fluffer. That sounded bad. All right.
Oh, what can I do?
Well, first of all, you can straighten up your room or throw up a green screen. I mean, these are the choices, folks.
Fantastic. Your whole show and your whole deal is great.
Yeah, that thing you do with the thing. You like me, right? Oh, then everything you do is peaches. That's what that is. Yeah, what can I do? Oh, well, you're doing it, buddy. You're doing it. I don't know who you are. You don't know who I am. But yeah, super great.
So just keep it up.
Yeah, just do, you know that thing you're doing? Keep doing that thing and do it again.
Making a lot of progress, actually.
Yeah, we're totally making progress.
We will not abandon this fight. This is the most horrible thing that's ever happened in the history of our nation, and I just want to know.
It is the most horrible thing that has ever happened in the history of slavery. Well, yeah. Then the history of our country, this is the most horrible thing. Well, Great Depression, sure. This is the most Mr. President, the most horrible. Well, AIDS, but this is the most horrible Dust Bowl. Shit.
What can I tell my audience? I'm willing to name every one of these state senators in Pennsylvania on the air.
Yeah, call them out, man. Target them, dox them so they get shot, like Americans.
It is disgusting to me that they do not have the courage to stand up.
Technically, they do have the courage to stand up and say, fuck off. It takes, you're literally, and people like you are threatening their lives, and yet they're still going, yeah, there's nothing there, dude. Kiss my ass.
The nation. And I guess I want to know what you think message we could put out to help our side.
Yeah, what's our side gonna do? Let it come on. You've got one shot, Mr. President. You're on the Eric Metaxas show, and what can my listeners do?
Well,
Yeah, honestly. Good picture, though.
only that
This is exactly what he looks like when he's calling me. He's got more hair.
we won the election. We won it by a lot. You saw the big dumps they had in the middle of the night and all.
We're talking about this every day.
Yeah, we talk about big dumps all the time. I wipe my ass with a My Pillow. My dumps are so big, Mr. President. I hear you.
We know about this. I'm talking about that every day.
Yeah, so get on with, that part, sure. What do I tell my people when they go, yeah, but you're insane? What's my response?
If you go back to 10 o'clock in the evening on November 3rd,
Uh-huh. When I was magically winning. Remember that? Remember when the magic was happening? I was magically winning. My heart was all flutter. Here it was. And then the man came in with all the ballots that had been mailed in by the Democrats. Oh.
that was the win.
That was a win. Yeah, that was a win. If we stopped after the first touchdown, the game is mine, honestly.
All of a sudden, miraculously, these numbers started pouring in.
Well, it was kind of a miracle, the amount of mail-in ballots. The turnout was incredible, the volume of people. I'm inspired.
This is the greatest scam in the history of our country.
Yes, it is. You mean where you're fleecing your people?
Probably even beyond spying on my campaign.
Really? Are you sure? Gosh.
Not probably, even behind.
It's much worse. We are going to win.
Mr. President, listen. He's treating him like a caller to his call-in living room.
Jesus is with us in this fight for
What? 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 Jesus? When did Jesus work their way into this? What? Back up. What the fuck? First of all, you're cutting off the president, who apparently this is the moment you've been waiting for.
Spying on my campaign. Not probably even behind.
it's much worse.
I mean,
We are going to win.
incredible.
Jesus
Jesus
is with us.
Jesus is with us. Sing out his name. Trump was a winner. This isn't a game. Jesus fucking hell. I could be a youth pastor like that, except I only like having sex with adult women.
In this fight for liberty. There was a prayer call last night. You cannot believe the prayers.
Yeah, I can. Well, I mean, why? What were they saying? You could not believe. Were they going Hokanda la fanara
That are going up. This is God's battle even more than it is our battle.
What? Why is if it's God's battle, why didn't he just friggin' win it? What are you talking about? The Lord, you are chosen. God himself chose Donald Trump to be our president of the United States, Lord and gentlemen, go. And on his blessing, he did say, and I did open the sixth seal, and there was within it, financial charges awaiting him in New York, and a one-term impeachment shall be his term.
God is going to do things. We're all going to be shocked.
I'm often shocked by what God does. You know what I mean? I mean, to insist that you read the Bible and then make your eyesight fail you, that's shocking to me. It's shocking to me that that the Lord, even though he speaks to his closest followers, has never opened up a cloud above the head of the My Pillow guy and said, I don't know about the mustache. I mean, it's just a little, yeah, you look like BTK. I don't know what the fuck is up. Yeah, you look like BTK coming to smother his grandmother. I don't know what that is. Like, I feel bad for this guy. Like, dude, look out behind you. Look out behind you. I think the My Pillow guy has come to suffocate you. Bum, bum, bum. Seriously, this is a horror movie we're watching here. I think few of us can think of a more horrifying thing than looking in your computer monitor while you're working and doing whatever and look up and lightly reflected in it is the My Pillow guy coming towards you. Ah! I have to say, though, for Sexy Liberal, I want one of those now. I was not expecting the Jesus turn in this. It does explain, by the way, why this guy thinks he has a huge reach. Because he's got the autofill of religion to his show. Ah! Oh.
Is our battle.
Yeah, this is My Pillow guy is murdered. That's the guy who murdered Scalia. That's the big story. Oh God. Look, Mr. You're wrong, Mr. This is not the worst thing that's ever happened. This is the worst.
God is going to do things. We're all going to be shocked.
I'm very shocked. I mean, as someone who was baptized at 11 years old and became a Christian when I was very young and went to church camp repeatedly, read the Bible all the way through, have my own copy of the Bible to this day, consider myself, sort of a Unitarian deist, much like Thomas Jefferson. But I do find comfort and wisdom in parts of the Bible, the parts that aren't just Bronze Age tribal bullshit that's been crowbarred into the Lord's Word. That said, there's plenty of shocking stuff in there. I mean, obviously, telling the tribes of Judea to go forth and kill all man, woman, and suckling infant, that's pretty tough. I mean, I get the men and the women, because the women back then were just as tough as the men. Everybody was fighting, but suckling infant? You're going to dash their heads upon the rocks? That was the whole thing. That's what you do with the babies? Because they'll grow up and go, you're not my real dad. Poke. That was pretty shocking, I have to say. Sending your own son and having him nailed up. That's pretty shocking. I mean, I get the point of it, because he overcomes death and he has no fear of it, and so he lets people know that they can live in a way that knows that there's something beyond this, to remind them that there's something beyond this, so they'll behave aware of the judgment that is coming to them, because without that judgment, a lot of people will just be assholes. I get that part of it. Let me just jump to the end for this fellow. By the way, very put together look. This guy, as angry as he is, you would never, I mean, granted, he's got a kind of, you'll need a warrant to look in my crawl space kind of an air about him. But he looks like the scientist in a Spider-Man movie who turns out to be the villain later. I'm going to tell you that he's going to be shocked by the movements of the Lord, because God is not going to step in and throw this stupid election to Donald Trump magically. Why would you expect him to? Does God give you only the things you want and you wish would happen, so that you don't have to become a better person and learn to deal with defeat and understand suffering like all of his other... I mean, it's stupid.
Let me tell you,
let me tell you about Jesus.
Give you just a little example. The Supreme Court ruling you had the other day on churches, you're allowed to go to church, actually.
Yep.
You're allowed to go to church, actually.
It was all because of me. That was...
Oh, was it?
My 3 people voted.
No kidding.
No kidding. Was that him that yelled at? Was that... I can't tell.
Voted. If we don't win this thing, we're never going to be able to bring our country back. We'll never be able to bring it back. And just to finish, there's more spirit now.
Just to finish, there's more spirit now than even before I lost. Like, there's people, you can see people are just excited now that I've lost. There's more spirit now than if I'd have won. Really, if you think about it.
Now, Eric, than I think they had at any time that I've ever seen it. People are angry. They're angry in Georgia, and they're really angry in Pennsylvania.
Which is what the Lord wants, really. The Lord could have just handed it to him. Could have skated him through. He could have, delivered the evil from America and opened their eyes to the reality that Donald Trump is the chosen person. But he wanted them to go through a period of worry and being distraught in the middle of the pandemic's what it is, whatever. But, make people, sadness is fine. But, you want some anger on top of that, because what?
But they happen to love Doug. Doug is the hero. And your group that came up to the office, but Doug is the absolute hero. So, Eric, we'll get together. I think you do a fantastic job.
Yeah, so good. I can't wait to go down to your church and pretend to give a shit.
But keep it going. Just keep it going.
I'd be happy to die in this fight.
I would be happy to die in this fight.
Just keep it going.
I'd be happy to die in this fight. This is a fight for everything. God is with us.
So, okay. So basically, you're just yelling Allahu Akbar. That's what is this not, am I wrong here? What is precisely the difference between yelling Allahu Akbar while strapped with explosives and what this dude is saying? I mean, he obviously thinks Trump is the charismatic leader that was chosen by God. He's willing to die to prove that, regardless of the democracy around him. He's like a suicide bomber, but he's like a substitute suicide bomber. You know what I mean? Sorry, Mr. Harris could not be here today. He's your regular suicide bomber. I will be filling in. My name is Mr. Matax, ass. One S, you nudniks. Anyways, open your Bibles to Mark 13. No flesh shall be spared.
Thank you, Mr. President. God bless you.
Yep.
Yep.
They stole an election, but we're just not gonna let it happen.
No, we're not.
We're fighting hard. I just want you to know that we're fighting very hard. I'll keep it going, and I'll talk to you later.
But keep it going. I'll talk to you later. Jesus. I'll talk to you. Thanks so much. Do your thing that you do with the thing. That's great. That's awesome. And I heard you like me from this guy during the little break. He called me and I was like, have you flipped did you throw the Pennsylvania vote? No, you didn't. I'm on the radio with some guy who likes you. Oh, okay. Well, he's awesome. We love him. What's his name? I don't know. Jesus. This was, okay. So they've been putting witnesses up at these places. I have not looked at these, but Trump called in to the Arizona meeting as well. I'm sure the technology has increased greatly. They now know that he's calling in. So they have, of course, brought a laptop, source the audio in, set it up so that they can project the audio from their... I'm kidding. It's that they hold it up to a microphone, I think.
I've been watching the hearings, and they're fascinating, incredible, and I want to just thank all of them.
Woo! They're incredible and fascinating, and I've been watching. Really? Really? We're United States of America. And this is... Oh, thank you guys for... Look, I just picked up my phone. Thank you, Mark and Sasha. Oh, my God. Thank you, Sasha, very much. And check. This is what we're getting. Hold on. I have to close this. There we go. This is it. This is where... Welcome to 2020. This is it. Just, you can't... All right. No telegrams. He couldn't read a cable out loud. To whom it may concern. Biden, Trump. Yeah.
Doing this very brave thing, and I know
Oh, it's brave.
some get heat, but I will tell you, many more get praise from...
Yeah, some get heat, but mostly praise. Like most of you guys, I know that, in my, in the three people in this room, me and the other two people who are paid to nod at every fucking thing I say, that, yeah, sure, you might lose your job and you're committing fraud, but, I'm impressed.
The American public, we got 74 million votes.
Biden got 80 plus.
11 million more votes than we had in 2016. We were looking to get about 68 million votes, and we said that would easily win. Well, we got...
This is also... This dude did not want to miss this. Welcome back. By the way, he's wearing... Is that Desert Combat shoes? Yeah, he's wearing Desert Combat boots. So, little known fact, I think you guys may or may not know this about me, but when I'm out in public, I do a shoe check. Might, in future, if you're out and about, give a shoe check to everybody. One of the easiest ways to assess a threat, or people who may consider themselves a threat, or may act a fool if things go south in a public event. And anybody who's wearing, military or paramilitary shoes, and then the second tier down is hiking shoes or fighting shoes, if they're wearing their shoes from their, whatever their, their cage match shoes and their rash shirt. It's a good idea when you're on a subway, for example, just do a shoe scan. If somebody's in flip-flops, you're like, not a threat. If somebody's in, heels or flats, or if they don't have laces on their shoes, you're like, nah, it's not a threat. They literally aren't. Yeah. Ice pick heels? Maybe. Might cost you extra, but I don't know. But yeah, anybody ski boots are fine. But clown shoes, clearly you can just step on them and yeah, but if they're walking around if they're dressed relatively normally, but they have military shoes on, cuckoo.
Votes, and we said that would easily win. Well, we got 74.
Mwah, love you. Okay, see you.
Million votes, and getting above that number even could hit 75. But we got 74 million and we didn't win.
Well, all right. Well, that wraps it up. That solves it. I guess shall we all just can we all just go back to talking about, favorite binge series or whatever? Gosh, I feel like that caught me completely off guard. He just, I mean, I can't imagine how the maggots and the Trumpsters feel right now. He just admitted he lost. It's lovely. The twitchy Gollum says, agree with the footwear assessment, Hal. It's a good way to threat assess when you're out in the world. Yeah. Oh, we're always going to have trolls. It's the only thing they got. I mean, at this point, it's adorable. Can you imagine, like, I think being a troll must be like being getting into Bitcoin now when you could have back when it was like a nickel, that, you can feel very like, oh, I could have made so much if I had gotten in on the ground floor, but it's pretty much over. The bottom has fallen out of trolling. It really just isn't the industry it was.
But I know that we won Arizona and we didn't win.
I just like listening to that.
But we got 74 million and we didn't win.
Yeah, that's good. Are you guys feeling that as much as I am? Listen to that.
But we got 74 million and we didn't win.
That's nice. Yeah, it's good. I mean, he goes right back into lying, of course, but...
But I know that we won Arizona and we won Michigan and we won Georgia and we won Pennsylvania and we won Wisconsin.
Yeah! How is this not the moronic, slow, plodding, boring version of the Dean Scream?
But what they did is they played games, and games like...
Games people play, they're stealing all your ballots, rolling them in at 4:30 in the morning. Games people play in the middle of the night. They played games. Was it a dice-based game or cards, or does it Connect 4? Look, Biden, here, diagonally. Pretty sneaky, sis. I know, I brought them in and just pretending they were food.
Nobody's ever seen...
Yeah, they had the dice boob.
Before. This is the first time Republicans or first time anyone has fought back.
Really? This is the first time anyone has fought back.
The 2020 election was rigged. It was a scam, and the whole world is watching, and they're laughing at our country. They're laughing at us.
No, they're laughing. There's sort of tears of joy and smiling. I've been doing a bunch of that lately, listening to your bullshit. That's what they're doing. Like, if you look at these people, they're like, ha ha, he's gone. Fuck him. That kind of thing. It was Chutes and Ladders. That was the game they were playing. Some of the ballots, all the Biden votes went down a chute. All the Trump votes had to go up a ladder. Not fair. Totally unfair. Rigged.
They know who won, and we won by a lot. The poll watchers were thrown out of buildings.
Out of the windows. Like, I think they were thrown off of rooftops. They were lined up and shot.
Put at very far away distances, but
they were put in very far away distances. The best words. Really? Really?
Watchers were thrown out of buildings or put at very far away distances, but
they were what? Wait.
They know who won, and we won by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The poll watchers were thrown out of buildings or put at very far away distances, but they were thrown out.
I don't know what in the world.
Out of buildings in numerous of the states. You have
in numerous of the states. What?
Buildings in numerous of the states.
In numerous other states.
They were thrown out of buildings in numerous of the states.
In numerous of the states, or numerous of this. Jesus Christ, the best words.
You have people that came in to vote, and they were told, I'm sorry, but you've already voted.
I love this story. It's so good. Tell us about the proud old lady. The proud woman.
We've received your ballot. No, I never voted. I'm very proud to vote. November 3rd, I'm very proud to vote. No, we have your ballot. And they would go in and they would sign a complaint. And in some cases, they went home and they cried. They've never.
Terrible. It gets so much more dramatic with each telling. I'm hoping one of these people gets to meet him so they can go, sir, a proud woman has come in to vote in this election.
Complaint in some cases.
Tell me.
I never voted. I'm very bold.
I want to hear the whole story again because this is like a one-man show.
You have people that came in to vote.
Yeah.
And they were told, I'm sorry, but you've already voted. We've received your ballot. No, I never voted. I'm very proud to vote. November 3rd, I'm very proud to vote. No, we have your ballot. And they would go in and they would sign a complaint. And in some cases, they went home and they cried. They've never seen anything like it. We have thousands of
I've never seen anything like this.
thousands of people.
All I wanted to do was vote twice.
That walked in. This shows you how arrogant the Democrats and others were.
Saying that right into this proud woman's face. Proud Mary, keep on voting.
In taking away and stealing an election. 'Cause that's what they've tried to do, is steal it.
That's what they've trying to do.
And the easy route for me, with everyone saying, oh, just focus on 2024, sir. Focus on 2024. I said, no.
Look at these people. Is that the easy route? Please take the easy route. Please run again in 2024. Please spend the next 4 years putting the Republican Party in a blender.
I have to focus on 2 weeks ago because this is the great.
That's what you want to do. That's I have to focus on 2 weeks ago. You mean at 10 o'clock at night on election night when you were under the illusion that you were winning, when you allegedly went to bed and woke up behind even though you were gacked on Adderall and speed and stayed up?
Greatest scam ever perpetrated upon our country.
I'm impressed that he's learned to give people credit for the greatest. He's now calling it the greatest.
This is the big one.
Oh, now he's turned into Fred Sanford.
And we went through plenty. We went through the phony Russia, and the phony impeachment and all of that.
Look at this dude filming him behind her. Like this, and the dude filming the guy filming. Wait, hold on. You guys can't see that. 1 second. I'll move this. Hold on. Move this screen over. Look up in the corner right there. See that? This dude filming this dude. Her playing that. And her varied choices in beverage. Liberal Starbucks. I don't know how much we should trust her. Clearly the Starbucks in the hotel, though, I'm going to go with available. We proudly serve Starbucks, that kind of thing, in the hotel. Bottle of water free when you get there. But she brought her own. She picked up her own. She gets hers in the metal bottle because she has a tinsmith brother-in-law who runs a lead-based oil and gas company. So there's 3 tiers of filming going on here. It's so meta, isn't it?
The different things. And then on top of it, you have a governor named Ducey.
Oh, boy.
Who just rushed.
Boo and boo your governor.
Couldn't have gone faster. He just rushed to sign certificates so that Kelly gets into the Senate as soon as possible. What's that all about?
He won't get in any sooner. You do realize that they all get sworn in at the same time. Just because you certify it doesn't mean he's in. How dumb is he? How dumb? This dumb.
He didn't have to sign, and I say, why would he sign when you have these incredible hearings going on?
They're incredible. These are incredible hearings. Not as the carpet being what it is, but
that's showing such corruption and such horrible fraud.
Yes, totally.
On the American American
We couldn't have possibly lost.
people and the people of Arizona. So you have to figure out what's that all about.
What is that all about? What's it all about? Voting. What the fuck is going on? What's it all about?
Ducey.
What is this? What is the deal with voting?
He couldn't go fast enough.
He couldn't. He really couldn't. He was just so...
And I just say that I want to thank you. We're going to win this thing. We're not giving up ever.
Woo! It's a socially distanced yell, but it's still got power. That's right. That is so right.
We will never give up. There's never been anything like this.
Never.
Thousands and thousands of votes were cast.
Yeah.
You have some people that were
Some
paid
people.
to vote. You know,
People were paid to vote. Look at that. Yeah. Paid $5 whole to vote for Biden. And it wasn't that they were holding up it wasn't like it was a picture of someone holding up a sample ballot with Biden circled in, holding up a $5 bill. What more evidence do you need? Okay? I saw a photo online of a lady, not the lady, it was from the mouth down. You don't see her face, actually. She's holding her ballot up like a proof of life kidnapping shot. And she's got a ballot, Biden circled in, and $5. Now, who paid her right then to fill it in, and whether or not she tore it up and went and voted in person afterwards or something, I don't quite know how skilled this vote fraud mastermind is who's paying people $5. But yeah.
that. And, you know, we're only down to 9,000 votes. It's a very small number of votes.
Yeah, we're just only 9,000 people, human beings, who voted against you. You know, that's what more could, I mean, clearly.
Relative to millions cast.
Yeah, relative to millions cast. I mean, arguably, you won Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin by less than a percentage point last time. I mean, that's by less than a margin. Biden has a greater margin than you had against Hillary Clinton. Should we go revisit and look at that? I mean, it's very small.
We lost Arizona by 9,000 votes. That's a tiny fraction.
Yeah, but that's how much you lose it by.
Now, that would be a half a day, a couple of hours of checking. Well, I will tell you, we are going to fight. We're taking it up all the way. We have additional cases being filed.
Sure, yeah. Keep filing them.
Probably tomorrow in
Probably.
Wisconsin and in Georgia.
Probably.
And they're good cases.
They're good. They're good cases. They got an oaky kind of, hints of cherry. They're delicious. If you fold them and shove them up your ass, they're very comfortable.
Very strong cases by
They're suppository cases.
great lawyers and with great facts. And they're good cases. They're very strong cases by great lawyers and with great facts.
Great lawyers with great facts. So you fired everyone and hired new people and gotten a new reality. What?
And Arizona will not forget what Ducey just did. We're not going to forget the people of Arizona.
That's right. We're not going to forget it. This betrayal of Jesus, and I'm willing to die on this. I mean, arguably, I'm not going to pick up a gun and, start a war because I'll, die of like dysentery waiting for these results.
Arizona, we had some of the greatest rallies we've ever had. I left those rallies. A lot of you probably were there, and I said, there's no...
Yes, the same people that were at every rally in Arizona, the same group of people, no matter where he had the rally, are also in this room. Okay. But, please explain how that shows that the vast majority of the state is with you.
way we lose this state. And we didn't lose the state. We didn't lose the state. We won it by a lot.
Yeah.
But I just want to thank everybody. I'm watching it, and
Yeah.
a lot of people are watching it on OAN and a couple of others.
Yeah, that's where they're watching it, on OAN. A lot of people they love them some OAN. You know what I mean? That's where I'm watching it. What? C-SPAN?
Our ratings machines, their ratings are going through the roof because they're telling the truth.
You mean because they're stealing viewers from Fox? They're up 1,000%. They had 10 viewers and now they have 15.
and others are being hurt, as you probably have heard. Other
Yeah.
networks are
You mean Fox?
being very badly hurt
Yeah, tell them about Fox.
because when they don't follow us, they don't do very well. But
Yeah. CNN and MSNBC are having a hell of a time. Can't even sell ad space anymore, except mainly because it's all their ad space is bought already.
the world is watching, and this country is watching, and we admire all of the people, and that includes the fantastic representatives, politicians, but these representatives that are up there and doing a great job. And what they don't realize is they may hear some things, but they're becoming legend. They're becoming legend.
They are the legendary Battle of Ramada. It's like, it almost sounds like Armada if you just, like, basically it is. I mean, it basically, they're their own armada at the Ramada. This is basically Braveheart hotel dinner theater that we're watching.
Taking this on, the country really appreciates it.
Do they?
The country
You mean Russia?
really does, and we have
Oh, I'm not Russia. I'm sorry. North Korea.
more than they do. I represent
Oh, did somebody get shot or did they shut the door? She's starting to lose her hand grip. She's enjoying this though.
everybody, but this was a scam.
Bro. Cherry. Absolutely. So.
And we have to get down to the bottom of it. I want to thank Rudy and his team for doing such an incredible job and for having the courage
It's true. You did a great job, Rudy. You're doing great. This is so great.
to do it. Many lawyers had to leave because they were threatened.
Many lawyers had to leave because they were threatened with not having a legal career.
So for having the courage, Rudy, we thank you. And
Well, courage. I mean, obviously he's being blackmailed or he's just stupid enough to believe that you actually have money.
you know, Rudy was, and I say this, Rudy was the greatest mayor in the history of New York by far. You look at what happened to New York. I mean, you look at what's going on right now. He was the greatest we've ever had. And I told Rudy the other day, what you're doing right now concerning the elections of United States president and other elections,
Yeah, just in general, electioneering kind of, just in general.
but concerning the election of the president of the United States, and as good as being mayor was and so important, but this is far more important, is the most important thing you've ever done. So I want to thank Rudy. I want to thank
The dude switched over to film Rudy during that section.
all of the political representatives, and I want to thank all of the incredible witnesses for showing bravery and love of your country. Thank you all very much.
So good. I felt so, like, I mean,
thank you very
I felt
much. I've been-
like we've learned a lot. Okay, so, good God. So I went through and they posted again a series of these videos on Trump's campaign site. This whole, like, there it is. Donald J. Trump. This is his YouTube page, which will be the new site of the network. This one, hold on. I might have to get a prop. Hold on one second. Enjoy this fellow for a second. Hold on. I thought they were still out in the garage, but they're not. Okay, so hi. Okay, I'm back. Hi. How are you? Oh, CKB. Thanks very much. I'm right here. Yeah. So yeah, this is in Virginia. And again, Virginia, their argument is that they won Virginia, so they're trying to file in here. What's in the box? I have not heard this whole piece. However, I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll do some of these, whatever. I don't know what the audio's like or whatever, so I'll check the first couple of seconds and just make sure. This is, I'm going to turn into butthead during this whole thing. I just know it.
In total, I saw 24 gaylords.
Why?
So, in total, I saw 24 Gaylords.
Clearly Biden voters. What?
Or large cardboard containers.
See, this is the day, I am today old when I found out that a large cardboard box is called a Gaylord. Yes, he did.
So, in total, I saw 24 Gaylords.
Really?
Or
Honest to God. I'm sorry. Like I said, this. What? Come on. You can't do this to me. I'm here to listen to real evidence. It is so. 24. They're okay. Yeah, they were spectacular, by the way. Best show I've seen in years. Heart pounding, foot stomping good time.
large cardboard containers of ballots loaded into my trailer. These Gaylords
God damn it.
contain plastic trays. I call them totes.
Yeah. Totes. They're totes Gaylord.
But trays will work.
Yeah, sure. Totes, trays, Gaylord. Say it.
Of ballots stacked on top of each other.
What?
All the envelopes were the same size. I could see the envelopes had handwritten return addresses.
Yeah, like people had voted.
And I could even tell that one was marked registered mail. That one was off to the side. All right.
So 24 Gaylords, and off to the side was. I'm sorry. He's toting. This guy is toting Gaylords all over the place, but he. I can't. All right, we're starting at the top. Quit it. Stop it, you guys. You have to catch up. All right. This is evidence. This is serious.
In total, I saw 24 Gaylords, or large cardboard containers of ballots loaded into my trailer. These Gaylords contain plastic trays. I call them totes, but trays will work.
I can't. Keep up, people. A Gaylord is not just a large cardboard box. It's a suspicious large cardboard box filled with totes Biden votes. Yes, he's really saying Gaylords. It's written on the box. It's written on the sign over his shoulder. He's got it, dude. I'm not kidding. I don't know how clear the picture is again. But it says Gaylord box.
Of ballots stacked on top of each other.
Oh, God. That's usually how stacking works, by the way. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the concept of stacking, but it usually involves putting things on top of each other, often to make them easier to tote.
All the envelopes were the same size.
I'm disappointed you don't have a weird envelopes. I call them lesbos, but
I could see the envelopes had handwritten return addresses.
Thank you, Beth. Gaylords are 3 by 3 foot large boxes on pallets for moving items or for trash. It's warehouse speak and used often. I don't doubt it for a second. I just think that it's funny that the Trump campaign is counting on Gaylords to save them.
And I could even tell that one was marked registered mail. That one was off to the side. All right.
All right. So so you've got Gaylords full of ballots, totes of ballots, and there's one envelope off to the side of what? Registered mail.
They were complete ballots. I didn't think much of it at the time.
They were complete ballots. I didn't think much of it at the time. Now, they were in envelopes with handwritten return addresses on them in large pallets. Okay, we're keeping up with you. But they were complete ballots. You have no way of knowing that unless you opened all these gaylords and pried open these totes and messed around in the envelopes. No, he is not sworn in.
Bethpage, I was first loaded with 2 tall gaylords. So
Lucky you.
picture that thing there, or this
Or that
little
thing.
representation here.
Yeah, see that? That representation there. Just to clarify, people in the warehouse clearly knew that if they just came to a Republican gathering and went, we have a bunch of gaylords in a van, they wouldn't start trying to stop it. So they brought along, I guess, a piece of clip art ad. I got a modeling gig, Mom. What are you doing? I'm in the gaylord box. Oh, God. I knew it. Once you wanted to go into the arts. It's not true, Mom.
Here, but this tall, all right?
Yeah, that guy is not actual size, by the way.
So I was loaded with 2 tall gaylords, okay?
Okay. There's nothing to be ashamed of.
And that were, hold on, where was I at?
Men's room?
That had mixed mail pieces.
They had mixed male pieces.
Hold on, where was I at? That had mixed mail pieces.
I can't. I told you, I'm going to turn into Butthead. Mixed male pieces. Oh, shit.
Bound for Lancaster.
As you do, if you know want to go where the fun is.
These gaylords were loaded first.
Well, yeah, of course. Gaylords first. That's only proper. That's the way I do it. Whenever I open a door. That's what I say.
Because they would be the last off my trailer.
Well, first in, last out. What?
The remainder of the truck was loaded with complete ballots bounded for Harrisburg. I then drove to Harrisburg with the ballots.
Okay.
Usually I offload in one of the 7 docks every day, but not on October 21st. I wasn't allowed to offload. That's
October 21st.
different.
Okay.
Whenever I pull into Harrisburg, I go around and I get my dock.
Yeah, you go, you take your gaylords and you get your dock. Right.
And I get unloaded, and then I roll out.
Well, yeah, that's what you do. You get it unloaded and you roll out, baby. I mean, it's not time to mess around.
Not that day, all right?
Not that day.
Not that day.
Not that day.
Instead, I was made to wait for roughly 6 hours in the yard.
Terrible.
From 9:15 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Uh-huh.
This really ticked me off, all right?
All right. I don't wait this long for a gaylord.
Because my brother was in town. He just moved back up.
Finish telling that story. Don't just drop that on us and walk away.
And I wanted to spend some time with him. I tried to get the attention of postal workers, but no one would tell me what's going on.
Yeah, what is going on? It's almost as if the president's postmaster general had arranged to slow the mail process down and the sorting and the gathering of ballots.
All of this was weird.
Yes, this has been very weird.
I arrived at about the same time every day. The expediter scans all my seals and barcodes, and they unload me. But for the first time, but from the time I first arrived in Harrisburg from Bethpage, everything got weird. None
Totally weird. The world turned upside down.
of that happened. After waiting 6 hours, I went inside to figure out what's going on. I was told to wait for the transportation supervisor.
Okay.
This was also weird. 16 months I've been doing this. I haven't ever talked to the transportation supervisor for United States Postal Service.
That's weird. So you have not been transporting ballots or official documents in the 16 months that you've been working because you got your job after the midterms. So this is the first time you're dealing with the transportation of ballots. Interesting.
I talk to an expediter. I come in, I see an expediter. That's who I deal with. If I have an issue, it's the expediter. I don't deal with anyone else but the expediter.
No, we don't talk to expediters. We don't have time to talk to anybody but the expediter. The expediter is there so that you can talk to them and they can expedite things. That's how they get there. They're hatched.
I never talk to the United States Postal Service's transportation supervisor.
Never. You don't talk to those people. Why would you all of a sudden start when someone as good as Louis DeJoy was running things? Why would you have to talk to the Postal Service coordinator all of a sudden? It's almost as if you were caught up in Louis DeJoy's delays. Huh.
Let's make that clear.
Oh, it's clear.
I have my own transportation supervisor for the company that I work for.
Yeah. Don't doubt it.
He's the one that gives me the details.
That's right. I don't get details from other people who have other details. I get them from the detail guy at my place that has the details for that place, not when I go to another place and have the guy who would be in charge of the details of that place tell me what the details are, okay? If I want the details about this place, then I would work here, and then I would be stuck at the other place waiting 6 hours because that guy would have different details. What the...
He's the one that I listen to. I don't listen to this guy.
No, absolutely. I mean, the first two albums were solid. I mean, after a while, it kind of drags, and I didn't like his acoustic shit, but...
The guy that would contact my boss if he needed something ran different.
Okay. Gotcha. So, you were caught up in Louis DeJoy's intentional delaying of the mail.
I've never spoken with this transportation supervisor from the United States Postal Service. They don't speak to people like me.
People like you? What people are you? What kind of people are you talking about? What people?
He's a top guy.
And you're a bottom. I see. Sorry, my bad. I forgot about the Gaylord thing until we were just talking. Woo!
He's the kind of guy that would speak to my boss.
Not to me. He talks to my boss. My boss wasn't there. Of course, my boss is at the other place, and that's the guy I get details from. But, of course, I'm there, and my boss isn't there, so he came over to talk to me like I was a real person. What an asshole.
Not a trucker like me. The supervisor told me to drive to Lancaster without being unloaded in Harrisburg.
Okay.
This made no sense to me.
Okay. Could it be that you don't understand the process of where they're counting and tabulating the votes, and then it's not a county-to-county shipment like you do with normal mail? And that they don't want to interrupt it's a little sketchy if the ballots are being counted in Lancaster or wherever the fuck he told you to go. I'll back up.
Without being unloaded in Harrisburg.
Okay, so yeah. Sorry, I beg your pardon. So... So people would think it was a little sketchy if the ballots that you're obviously carrying and that have to be marked at one place and are going to be counted in Harrisburg or Lancaster. Why would you stop in Harrisburg for no reason on election day or the day after or with ballots and not make people worry about the content? Maybe you go there without stopping because people don't want to go, why the hell did all these ballots on their way to their destination stop randomly at this point? And you go, well, I always stop there. Yeah, but they told you not to. Yeah, but I don't I always stop there. Yeah, but you're normally carrying other mail. Right now you're carrying ballots for the state. They just go straight from where they're picked up to Lancaster where they're going to be tallied. That's where the volunteers are to sort all this because we've got a shit ton of mail-in ballots more than any other time in history. You can't just stop at your mom's house for a sandwich, leave the truck parked outside. It's an election.
This made no sense to me.
I don't doubt that.
I knew the ballots were loaded for Harrisburg.
Were they? Because apparently they weren't. Apparently they were loaded for Lancaster because they were already completed.
And that if I was to go to Lancaster, they would have to off-unload my ballot or those pallets in Lancaster to take off Lancaster stuff, to put the ballots back on the trailer, to send them back to Harrisburg.
What?
Doesn't make no sense.
So it does make sense. Double negatives being what they are. Is that what happened? I'm riveted.
This was a real screw up in my thinking. I
would agree this is a screw up in your thinking.
I wanted my ticket. So whenever
you wanted your ticket, you just wanted to get out of there and go home because you want to spend time with your brother and you didn't understand why this job was different than others.
I go to a place, when I go there, whenever I'll leave, I'll get a ticket. I'll get a ticket, a slip, whatever you want to call it.
A Gaylord? Can I call it a Gaylord? Can we just call everything a Gaylord at this point?
It's the date, time that I'm supposed to be there. It'll have my trailer number on it. It'll have how much I'm loaded.
Cool.
It'll have the seal number. It has my name. It'll have who was the expediter. So I wanted my ticket, my slip. I call them tickets. Some people call them slips. So
yeah, just so we're clear.
Okay.
Okay.
And then because I was there for 6 hours, I wanted my late slip too, because I wanted to be paid for sitting in that yard for 6 hours.
Absolutely.
So
you were sitting in the yard?
I wanted the ticket and the late slip for stopping in at Harrisburg. Also, I wanted it because if they're telling me to take this load to Lancaster, I don't want to pull up the Lancaster of Harrisburg crap and be like, yeah, they just told me to come here and not have no ticket, because then it'll look like I just came straight here, you know?
No.
Just to prove that I was there. And so others would know I wasn't the person that screwed this up.
Okay.
A ticket is always provided to a driver when they arrive at a United States Postal Service facility.
Okay, so this is an issue for the Postmaster General and the people that he put in charge of things to slow down the process. So basically, remember how we heard Louis DeJoy was trying to screw up the Postal Service so it would take longer and ballots would be delayed? Ta-da! This is evidence of Louis DeJoy slowing down the mail system with the help of the Gaylords. This guy, so far, and there might be a dun-dun-dun at the end. Again, we'll see what he says, what his big reveal is, because, again, this is a clip that the Trump campaign put up that is the essence of their argument for things. But so far, what we've learned is that Louis DeJoy told them to slow down the mail by any means necessary, and what they're doing is making this poor guy sit in a yard for 6 hours, send him someplace else where he's going to have to pick other shit up and drive it back to make it even longer. To slow down the mail to Harrisburg on its way through by making him drive to Lancaster first. This sounds exactly what everybody was worried about would happen under Louis DeJoy.
It proves you were there.
Yeah. And then you wouldn't have a slip, so you'd have to come back and get the slip, and that would delay it even further.
The transportation supervisor refused to give me a ticket and told me to leave. I then demanded he give me a late slip, since I wanted to get paid for the time I was sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
And waiting for them to offload me. He refused to give me that too. He was
Why?
kind of rude and wouldn't explain anything to me.
So he just didn't tell you anything, just didn't give you a slip, just all of a sudden just decided not to follow protocol at all.
He just told me to go to Lancaster.
Just go to Lancaster. Leave your keys here. Hitchhike.
I then drove to Lancaster,
Great.
unhooked my trailer in its
Okay.
normal place,
Uh-huh.
and then drove my truck to where I always park it in a nearby lot, and then I went home. The next day, it just got weirder.
Weirder than that?
As I arrived at Lancaster's United States Postal Service facility with my tractor, I went to hook up to my trailer. And my trailer was gone. Not there no more. 10R 1440.
That's your trailer.
Since I started driving that Bethpage route, I've always had trailer 10R 1440. I like that trailer.
It's my favorite trailer. It was a good trailer. One time, my house caught fire, and that trailer came in and saved me, dragged me to safety. Why is that trailer only got one wheel? Shouldn't it have two? Yeah, after all it's done for me, you don't think I'm going to eat it all at once, do you?
A nice trailer.
It's a good trailer. Trailer full of gaylords.
I know you guys probably don't really know nothing about truck driving or trailers or anything, but the rear tandems had if you're driving light, the rear tandems the front axle will actually go up. Nice air ride. The doors on it worked great.
Great trailer.
Some of the trailers that place has, you could
Get out of here. Bullshit.
honestly put it on
Honestly, I'm going to say, and this might sound like something gaylord, but I love that trailer.
the back of a carrier and drop it off in the middle of the ocean, and no one would worry about it.
With or without ballots.
So that trailer I really liked, okay?
Yep. Sure. Okay. I get it. I get it, man. Yep. Right after, it's on your paper right there. Right after I love that trailer. I miss that trailer.
What happened on October 21st was a series of unusual events that
I know. It's like Lemony Snicket's, but boring.
cannot be a coincidence. I know I saw ballots with return addresses filled out. Thousands of them. Thousands.
Mm-hmm.
Loaded onto my trailer in New York and headed for Pennsylvania. At first, I didn't think it was a big deal. In fact, I thought it was really awesome. I really did. I was like, sweet, I'm doing something for the presidential race. This is cool.
Mm-hmm.
But as things became weirder, I got to thinking and wondered why I was driving complete ballots from New York to Pennsylvania.
I'm going to go with people who are from Pennsylvania, live in Pennsylvania, grew up in Pennsylvania, have homes in Pennsylvania, but work or go to school in New York and were mailing their ballots home for the election, which isn't that far away. And because it was across state lines, this is where DeJoy could fuck things up. Whereas inside the state, they couldn't mess with the mail-in ballots that much. But going across state lines, they could mess with them all they wanted to. So they slowed the process down and maybe even got rid of them. And for the record, if they were mail-in ballots, they were more than likely for Biden. And in your telling, they went missing. Why were these ballots why were thousands of Biden ballots never counted? Why?
I didn't know why, so I decided to speak up.
Huh?
And that's what I'm doing today.
Look, I have no problem with this dude. Seems like a nice enough guy. I guess he's a Trump sycophant or whatever. He's a working dude. He within the limited experience of what he's doing, I don't doubt that he could have made, drastic mistakes in his understanding of what was going on. And the dude's, humping it for a living. Bless his heart. Like, I'm sure if I met this dude someplace, we'd hang out. He seems, nice enough on some level. But everything he's saying just points to either that Louis DeJoy is scuttling Biden votes and throwing them out, or this guy simply doesn't understand that they coordinate the transport of ballots because they are a specific thing that they're delivering, and they take extra care in that and say, don't stop along the way, just deliver your shit to where it's supposed to go. Yeah. I don't, again, I'm genuinely confused as to what he thinks happened.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And can I know this is an odd request, but can I have the Gaylord box sign? I wanted to work at Kinko's this afternoon. Hey, Billy Hutchings. You know what I mean? Like the day this came in. Hey, oh, it's the next t-shirt. It's from Uline. It is? Please tell me that. That's amazing. Wait, 1 second. Hold on. Uline. This is so infantile. Oh, it is him. There he is. Bulk cargo. But yeah, there we go. Where's the picture again? They just grabbed it. There he is. There's a couple of these dudes. They have several. Someone call them triple wall boxes. I just feel like, here, hold on. I'll show you guys. Wait 1 second. Yep, that's him. There he is on the Uline. Oh my God. It just needs an arrow going towards. Oh God. So beautifully amazing. I can't tell you. And that was, you have to understand, dozens of witnesses spoke at these events, okay? They brought in a bunch of people, okay? This is, our Gaylords are plastic, thick, stiff, hard plastic. Well, now you're bragging. I think that's what you're talking about. These guys right down here, what they call the bulk containers. Let's see if I can click on that. That's some good stuff. That thing, is that what you're talking about? That's sweet. I mean, how are people not buying these things and carving home offices out of them in their backyard, like people do container houses? But these things with the plastic, I mean, I'm just saying, right? Am I right? Bulk cargo is a good David Ryder name. It absolutely is. Bulk cargo, professional Gaylord. What? Okay. Anyways, just bless his heart. And this dude gets to be the Gaylord box guy forever. And this is listed under election whistleblowers come forward, reveal details of fraud possibly affecting hundreds of thousands of ballots. Jesse Morgan, a truck driver with USPS subcontractor. Oh. What subcontractor would he work for? It wouldn't be one of Louis DeJoy's private companies, would it? Says he was suspicious of his cargo load of 288,000 completed ballots. I was driving completed ballots from New York to Pennsylvania. I didn't know, so I decided to speak up. Maybe ask? Maybe ask a bunch of people? Look, and the first one on there. This isn't right. May the hand of God fall on the deep state. This guy is the heartbeat of America. Pray for this honorable man, everyone. Pray for his safety. Pray for his life. Peace out. I don't think he's going to have any assassination attempts. He's a truck driver. He didn't come out there and go, this was stolen. The Lord Jesus chose him. I saw these fake ballots. These ballots all said Bernie Sanders. The post office has no business being involved with this closely with elections. They are a far-left union. The post office. They are a far-left union. From the way the MSM, mainstream media, portray POTUS, you would think everybody hates him, but you've got people of all backgrounds coming forward to give their testimonies. Everything is coming out, especially the Gaylords. This man is a hero. We need more like him to come forward. I know that you are out there. Just do it. Let's make a GoFundMe and get this guy a new trailer. It's not his trailer. He didn't lose his trailer. It's the post office's trailer. What do you mean GoFundMe? He's not a private trucker. It's not his truck. God bless and protect this man and his family. Agreed. I hope he doesn't get COVID handling everybody's packages and all kinds of... handing everyone's Gaylords packages of all right, never mind. He has no reason to lie. He's a patriot. God bless him. I don't think he's lying. I just think he's confused. Seriously. We can't lose this fight. We can't... or we lose everything. We can't lose this fight, or we lose everything. I think this person, Clown Cleaner, who's a totally real person, by the way, and not at all a bot meant to inflate Trump's channel. But I think they went to the same spelling school as Sidney Powell. He will be fired for being a hardworking, honest American, unfortunately. James, can you come in here Jesse. Jesse James, sorry, it's my mistake. Jesse, can you get in here for a second? Yeah, sorry. I'm in a hurry, boss. I got to go wait in the yard for 6 hours for nothing. I got to let you go, Jesse. Why? Well, you know our policy around here, and you're a hard-working American, and we just can't have that around here. Who told you? Somebody on the internet. God damn. You can't believe the internet. It's true, isn't it, though? Yeah. Yeah, I am. I'm a hard-working American. What am I going to tell my parents? Smoking gun. Cross the state line with ballots. Crooks are everywhere. Everywhere. Not everywhere, but everywhere. Candace thought that. She totally believes it. Smoking gun, crossing the state line with ballots. It's almost as if he's mailing ballots with return envelopes on them that have been filled out personally that are going to their destination. Smoking gun. They were completed ballots. You know how he knows? X-ray vision. Bring him to court. Swear him in and have him present this to a judge and have his statement. All right. God bless you for speaking out about the inconsistency in the ballots. The whole world is watching with one giant eyeball. They are not after me. They're after you. I'm just standing in the way. Donald Trump, 4 more years. Hard, hard, hard. Abdoulaye Touré believes, they're not after me. They're after you. All right. Look at this. Donald Trump, they are not after me. They're after you. I'm just in the way. Get that in your mind. Think classified. Apparently the bots didn't get the message that only one of those per page, guys. And if you're going to do it, you got to separate them. For Christ's sake. Reading his body language and listening to his account. Not only is he telling the truth, but someone better give him his trailer back. Shh, 120. Why? Oh, no, that's my name. I see. SHH 120. Samuel H. Hastings. Reading his body language and listening to his account, not only is he telling the truth, but someone better get him his truck back. Get that man a truck. And get this man a truck. Shouldn't have messed with the guy's trailer. Come on now. Oh, did my mic... You can't hear me? Of course you can hear me. I don't know why. Trailergate 2020. These people coming forward are heroes. They should be celebrated for their honesty. Double exclamation point twice. Prayers and flag. Amy Lott totally believes this. 48 minutes ago, she was just unbelievable. I'm verklempt. As a fellow truck driver, their mistake was they messed with a man's trailer. As a fellow anonymous truck driver, But you have to take my word for it. I'm a real truck driver. I'm a real truck driver, and I'm anonymous because I don't know what I'm shipping. This is an everyday working American. He has everything to lose by coming out and saying these things. Hope he keeps his livelihood after this. I'd like to buy this man a beer. God bless him. Signed Mattress Money. Aaron, this dude's life just took on a whole new direction. I hope he's under protection of some sort. Yeah, his life's totally in danger. Dude, he just came out and he's like, he basically is like, this is like guest starring in Zeitgeist 2. Cliff X says, this must be investigated at once. Sorry, Cliff. This man is a patriot. He's doing his best to read and contain his frustration. Yeah, these seem totally natural. DOJ's probably already at his house. Good man. Takes guts to come forward with something as heavy as this. But not as heavy as his trailer. I tell you right now, buddy. Oh, boy. DOJ's probably already at his... That's right. Bill Barr. They're already at his door. Excuse me, sir. Yes. Department of Justice. I'm going to need to see your lack of ticket. Huh? Slip. Oh, yeah. You guys call them different things. Oh, he's got a new girlfriend, though. Shabard, says, now there's a man and a patriot. God bless him. Living Mermaid says,
this guy has no reason to lie, risking his job, reputation, even his life for the truth.
That's not how mermaids actually talk. They go, I'd do it louder, but I don't want to break all the glass in my room. How can she type underwater? It's a good question. With her tail, clearly. The ends of it are prehensile. So, honest to God, like I'm gonna go out. His ping could be pinged to prove he was there for 6 hours. Tell him, Chris Jones. Tell him how to work it out. His phone can be pinged to prove he was there for 6 hours. Get the fibbies out there, man. Ping this man's phone. Sir, can we track your every move on this date in question? What? Yeah, we just want to... Can we ping your phone for the entirety of the election while you're driving around? Why? For America. Fuck that. Why didn't you get a slip on that day? Well, it's actually more complicated than I... The deep state has no conscience. They involved this trucker in their dirty deeds. May God keep him safe. Elizabeth England and her cat Myron. I've never done this before where we go through and read all the chat on these things. It's pretty glorious stuff. Thank you for being brave. Our truckers aren't to be messed with. This is a true American patriot right here. Vicky. Mumblin' Burke says, where is the DOJ, FBI, and Interstate Commerce Commission? Why isn't this under investigation yet? Asking for 80 million of my closest friends. Oh, he's a Biden voter? Oh, he realizes that there were more than likely Biden votes that were destroyed by the Postal Service? Massive voter fraud. Rub Weiss? Mm-hmm. I can see why Gaylord Trucker shows up in Rub Weiss's recommended videos. Massive voter fraud is being exposed every day. Trump will win. The deep state has been planning for this fraudulent election ever since Hillary lost back in 2016. Yeah, and I thought your dude was the actual, like he was, doesn't he know everything? Isn't he the smartest guy? Knows all the best people, the best words. He knows more about ISIS than the generals. He couldn't see this shit coming? AOC to blame. Faith Yates says, AOC to blame. Her district and Cuomo, the nursing home killer. Body language and tone of voice, he's telling the truth 100%. Are you seeing a lot of repeat? I'm a trucker and I don't like people messing around with my stuff. Great, thank you. It's nice that serial killers can leave YouTube comments. Look at this one. High-tech oil company. Totally legit. This is no longer just fraud. This is an act of war. The United States of America is under attack. Fight back, Americans. Rise up. Start shooting people. View reply. Let's see what they do. Unfortunately, Americans won't. Skimsmic Productions said, unfortunately, Americans won't. They just want their McDonald's and Netflix, and they're happy no matter what's happening to them. It's tragic. Bro, it's so tragic. Americans don't even realize. But I'm a high-tech oil company. People clearly have to listen to what I have to say. No way, Brad. I'm Productions. We do videos all the time on this, but Americans, unless we're doing an ad for McDonald's and Netflix, honest to God, it's like they want to be just like the president, just eat fish delights and watch TV all day. It's sick. The man just wanted his gosh darn ticket. The man just wanted his gosh darn ticket. Come on. The man just wanted his gosh darn ticket. Got this for soy. What? People who went to vote in person by some miracle found out they'd already voted? No joke. Bonlud wrote that. Wrong video, dude. You're typing this in the wrong. He didn't talk about that. You're wanted in the other video. I can't be in here? Oh, is this fraud? I'm not allowed in here? No, this is the chat room for people talking about the trucker dude. You either have to say his body language and his voice and his job means he's telling the truth 100%, he's a patriot and this is time for war, or you go to the other fucking room and where they're talking about the proud woman. You got to look up proud woman video. Don't come in this fucking chat room, bug us. People, this is war. Royo Devo says, people, this is a war. People, this is war. We can't let these tyrants take away our country. Time to fight. Don't need punctuation. Don't do punctuation. People, this is war, and we can't let these tyrants take away our country. Time to fight. Boom, 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 boom. Look at this one. Rojo Devo. That's right. I'm... Oh, God. And the mainstream media continues to lie about this election being completely transparent. How can you not believe this man? Oh, it's Catherine. Sorry, Catherine Stevens. How could you not believe this man? Honesty will prevail. Smiley face, peace sign, American flag. I don't know what these emojis means. I just work at IRA. Not all heroes wear capes. Thank you for being a true American. I think that one was I feel seen, Kyle. Thanks. One has to be an idiot not seeing that the election was rigged. You mean not to see that the election was rigged? God damn it. What a USPS driver sounds like when reading a statement for the first time. This man is totally legit. How could he have possibly been lying? Obviously, if this is the man who wears the thing, doody-hoo-dee-hoo. Jesse, in my mind, you're a patriot. I like your style, dude. But you have to use so many curse words. Fuck you, man. Sheep. Fake, no merit. Pierce Markusic. Thank you for standing up, patriot. I'm only guessing he is one of many more to come forward. This show ain't over yet, folks. It actually is. The video is only like 8 minutes long, whatever. But okay, let's go to probably the most compelling witness in Michigan hearing, talks about truck of mail-in ballots showing up at 4 a.m. on election night. Now, this is, I think this is the lady who talks about passing notes.
Was it?
So wait, oh no, this is, okay. So this dude we've almost got the same hairdo if I push it back over my ears. Like should I be this guy for the next sexy liberal? Guys, this was obviously so stolen, okay?
What morning was it when you saw this come in? Or what time of the evening was it?
Like I said, 3-ish.
3, 4, 5, 3, 2:55, whatever. It's not important. I don't know.
in that window.
In the afternoon,
No. I was there
No, in the nighttime, 4:30 in the morning.
3 or 4 in the morning.
I was there at 10 p.m. to 5 a.m.
So you were leaving for your shift, and there was another. I can't do this. Yeah, guys. Hi. Thanks. I've just been doing the show. Thanks. Smash the like. Don't forget to subscribe to the show, especially if you're on Twitch. You have to subscribe every month, but if you have Amazon Prime, you can subscribe for free. So Amazon Prime doesn't cost you a dime. It's a lovely way to help the show. Become a Patreon supporter, patreon.com/houseparks. You can do it all year long. And then, of course, you can just stars and super chats and love and Venmo and whatnot. And okay, enough of that. Enjoy the show. Here we go. I got to keep making myself do that, and I always forget.
We're in mail.
I'm so not professional. This is why shows I'm on normally have commercials. I don't do this myself. This is below me. Don't you understand? Don't you understand? I can say anything with my eyes. All right.
Sleeves, you said?
Sleeves. And by the way, the noise you're hearing is pro-Trump protesters outside the window yelling because for whatever reason their hearing room is outside. It has a window to the outside. You can watch it from the, which is nuts. But they're just yelling over everybody, even though these are the witnesses for Trump.
Sleeves, you said? Did anybody have any earmarkings of who they were carrying these ballots? Were they carrying them? Were they on a dolly?
Yeah, they were on a dolly.
Yeah, they're on a dolly, which is already suspect. I mean, who dollies a vote? You know what I mean? It's rock the vote. You don't dolly the
On a
vote.
dolly. Do I know who they were? Absolutely not.
Did you ask? They were.
Yeah, they were on a dolly. Yeah, they were on a dolly.
Yeah.
Do I know who they were? Absolutely not. But they were people.
What? Wait a second. People were involved in this? I thought this was complete. They weren't robot overlords? Are you sure? Did you get close enough? Could you see maybe numbers going across their eyes? Were they you sure they weren't it wasn't Agent Smith from The Matrix?
A dolly. Do I know who they were? Absolutely not. But they were people.
Well, that's nice that you see them as human beings. Were they dead people? Were they living people? Dead voters pushing dollies?
That were doing that.
By the way, let's take a moment to just appreciate Dolly Parton and the joy that she is. She's a lovely human being, and we're lucky to have her. And Obama said he felt it was one of his biggest mistakes of his presidency not to give her the Medal of Freedom. She's going to get one right away from Biden.
Thank you.
Thank you, Senator.
So we've established that. For the record, Your Honor, I'd like to submit Exhibit 9. This is a picture of a Gaylord and a man in a red shirt standing next to it. Also, you'll find another picture we downloaded off of Uline of a dolly. Same fellow in the red shirt pushing it. Clearly suspect.
Senator Santana.
I'm very disappointed a guitar solo didn't start just then.
Was there any particular reason you didn't ask for a supervisor to question, the ballots coming in on a dolly? Or
Well, I didn't figure I needed to because the lead counsel that was supposed to be there was taking tally, and I was there standing right next to him.
So you figured that all the officials were there, the lawyer for your side and the lawyer for the other side was present, and he knew that they were valid.
I figured he was kind of the person that was overseeing the whole night. Mm-hmm. But that's what we were told.
Well, then, do you have any reason to doubt that?
No, we were talking directly about why are these coming in. We all thought it was interesting that these ballots were coming in so late.
When did being interesting become a crime?
What was his response? We were trying to take. Sorry.
What was his response, sir?
We were taking count, and we were his exact response I couldn't recall.
Yeah, it's not like it's important or anything.
But we were definitely.
You were perplexed?
His exact response I couldn't recall.
Yeah.
But we were definitely perplexed that these were coming in so late.
Well, that's all I need. Trump supporters were perplexed.
As well as they were being put out to be counted.
What time of the morning?
Wait. Ballots were being put out to be counted? What? And a lawyer saw them? And he represented whom? and you don't remember exactly what he said, but everybody was like, why are you even, what the fuck are you talking about? Yeah, they're ballots, votes. There's lots of them. Millions of people vote in this state. What?
Was it?
Is it Paul Rudd in drag? Well, he gets to play him in the movie, I think, clearly. Oh, that was the thing. There we go. Now, the question is, let's go back. Oh, this is fact-based. 1 second. So again, these are, and you have to understand, lots of people supposedly spoke at these things, right? There's, oh my God. This was amazing. Trump put this up. Did you guys see this video? The Diamond Silk video? Have you guys seen this shit? This is amazing. And again, it isn't that it exists. Come on, there's people flailing all kinds of stuff on the internet. Like my show, I stand by what I say, and it's a joy to do, and I love seeing you guys every day, especially. But I also just love doing it. But I don't expect the Biden campaign to clip a chunk where I'm laughing my ass off at cardboard box descriptions or Rudy Giuliani leaking motor oil at his thing and post it on their fucking campaign site and going, bro, this, right? And this is their show on Newsmax, which they are apparently doing from a hotel suite at the W.
I want people to understand voter fraud.
Okay, yes, I do too. Please help us understand voter fraud.
Voter fraud is this here: impersonating fraud at the polls,
okay,
false registrations, duplicate voting, fraudulent use of absentee ballots, buying votes, illegal assistance at the polls, ineligible voting, like illegal aliens voting in this here, dead people voting, altering the vote count, ballot petition fraud. Those are some of the fraudulent.
Yeah, we've talked about the volume of kind of fraud: deep fried fraud, shrimp battered fraud, grilled fraud, buttered fraud, fraud with yams. We did this yesterday. There's lots of kinds of fraud, yes, and yes, there are all kinds of foreign bodies that strike the Earth from outer space. Most of them are rocks. Are all of them rocks? I don't know. Let's list all the rocks and see.
Activities. And if any of those activities took place in this election, that is voter fraud.
Yes. Yes. If any of those things happened, then that's fraud. If fraud happened, there was fraud. Huh? You mean like the dude who voted for his dead mother, who, would have wanted to vote for Trump, so he voted on her behalf? Yes. Yes, that's true. There are all kinds of different forms of cheating. And if I cheated, I would have then been cheating.
That's right. Now, there's a difference between voter fraud and election fraud.
Okay, good. All right, let's make the distinction between voter fraud and election fraud. Let's have it.
I just explained voter fraud.
Yes, you did. And aptly. I thought it was it was obviously written on the paper in front of you. You looked it up. You wikied it. Good move.
But election fraud is when you talk about the system.
The system.
Like
the system
that's being used and how the votes are tabulated and how the votes was pulled from Donald Trump and given to Biden. That's the fraud inside of the system. That's right. So it's two things that we look like we're fighting here. It is. It's
yes. So everything is against you. I understand. Now, I appreciate you gave the definition of voter fraud, from the wiki. I would like to say for the record that the definition, just in case anybody watching my show is confused, of election fraud is not anytime Trump votes are given to Biden, because there's been a lot of elections worldwide, and obviously election fraud takes place in all kinds of different ways in all kinds of different countries. So, what?
It's voter fraud and election fraud.
So then that brings me to two questions that I have.
Okay, let's hear them.
I want to know, what was the legal reason for stopping the voting on election night?
What? All places stop voting at, usually it's 8:30. There's a polling, largely based on the idea that people worked all day at the polls and they have a normal workday limitation on it, and they extended those hours over time. But it's voting day. You don't vote till midnight on voting day. You vote till 8:30 usually. That's why they stop everywhere. That's all. I mean, it's different time zones. Maybe that confuses you. Maybe that's where we're confused. Why did the East Coast stop before the West Coast did? Is that where we're going?
You know that everything all of a sudden came to a screeching halt.
Right.
You know,
A screeching halt.
there was no natural disasters. There was no war or no act of terrorism.
Huh?
Was the machines broken? And then how did everybody decide to stop in several different states all at the same time?
They're in the same time zone? What?
Only that, in Georgia, they was reporting 99%.
Yeah.
It should have been called for President Trump.
President Trump.
Well, no, except that normally, if it was in-person voting, they would have called it well before 99%. They shouldn't have waited till 99% to call it for the person who was ahead. The problem that they had was there was less than 1% difference, and most of the votes that were coming in that were still yet to be counted were coming from very Biden-heavy districts and mostly mail-in ballots. So obviously not. That's what happens in a close election. It would have turned out to be wrong. Had they called it, in Georgia in particular, they would have been wrong. So, I mean, I know you're not suggesting that they won't be wrong on purpose, but...
Was not.
Another thing.
Oh, another thing. All right. Well, all right.
Who authorized the removal of Trump votes, okay, at a particular time? The votes that was allocated to Trump. So, you know, when they're counting the votes, those votes are tallying up their additions. They're being added.
Right. So, okay, I'm not understanding you fully, but votes are coming in for Trump. They're being added. They're Trump votes. And then...
But according to the timestamp entries from the New York Times, who got their data information from Addison Research, in Pennsylvania on November the 3rd, at 11:08 p.m., President Trump all of a sudden lost 17,877 votes. It was removed from his count, while at the same time, Biden gained 17,930 votes.
Oh, I see why you're shocked. I can explain if you'd like. I mean, it's Pennsylvania, it's not Michigan, but there's a similarity there. There was an area in Michigan where 6,000 votes were tallied. They were counted in the machine, but in their writing them up and feeding them into another machine, there was a user error. They checked the wrong box for who they were for. 6,000 Trump votes were given to Biden, and 6,000 of them, and automatically this block of votes wasn't even 6,000 Trump votes. Actually, I don't think ultimately it was a mix of votes, and the whole thing was given to Biden, and then they separate out. Oh, this whole chunk right here that goes to Trump, and he won that county by 2,500 votes. He won it by a lot more in 2016, but those people have grown to hate him. What you had in Pennsylvania was a similar situation that instead of benefiting Trump, benefited Biden. In this case, someone logged Trump votes, or Biden votes, as Trump votes to the tune of 17,000 votes plus. Someone in the user error world of things, a Republican more than likely, you might even know the person, I don't know, wrote that those votes were Trump votes when they were actually Biden votes. And they fixed that glitch, and one of the glitches benefited Trump and one of the glitches benefited Biden, and the ones that I'm bringing up and you're bringing up, but that's exactly what happened. That someone, a Republican more than likely, someone, maybe it was an accident, tried to give Biden, take 17,000 Biden votes and give them to Trump. And someone spotted it and they fixed it.
So what I want to know is if these votes were deleted or removed from President Trump's tally amount at 11:08 p.m. on November the 3rd, who authorized it?
Wow.
Probably the election board judge there that went, Wait a minute. Those are Biden votes. Run that again. Yeah, those are all Biden votes. Put it over in there.
Wow.
Wow. Who did that? The voters, actually.
What I'm saying?
That's
what
interesting.
reason did they have to remove those votes?
That they were Biden votes that were accidentally given to Trump, like the Trump votes that were accidentally given to Biden in Michigan, and they corrected the user error because it didn't match up in the tabulation.
That's an interesting concept.
Isn't it? It's an interesting concept.
On top of that, I know you all are hearing about these judges.
Yes.
These judges in the lower courts,
Yeah, I worry about the Georges in the lower courts.
how they're ruling and they're not ruling in our favor. But here is the deal.
Okay.
This is going to have to go to the U.S. Supreme Court because constitutional laws was broken here.
Were they? Constitutional laws. Which ones were those?
That's what I'm saying. It's up to the state legislators to put laws in place. You can't make backdoor deals.
Well, even down to the deal that was made with Abram and Reffenberger.
That's the Secretary of State.
Secretary of State. Mm-hmm. The state legislator is not the one that approved that.
Mm-hmm.
That was not done under the state legislator.
Right.
That was done under the election board.
Right.
That makes this here whole thing null and void.
That's
really.
right.
Oh, I see. They're trying, I think, to interpret Rudy Giuliani's idea that the state legislatures pick the electors and they cannot and they allowed the election board to do it, when indeed anybody who reads the Constitution, even the part that Rudy cited himself in the video that we looked at the other day, says, of course, that they have the right to choose the electors in whatever manner they see fit, including handing that over to somebody else.
Right.
It's illegal.
It's illegal.
It's so illegal, I don't even know how they managed to pass the law 6 years ago.
Yes. Illegal.
Or longer.
Yeah. And with these judges, if they're not bringing enough, if an affidavit or hundreds of affidavits is not enough evidence, how about you bring in the millions of ballots and let's view the ballots let's distinguish which ones are real and which ones are fake.
Yeah, so why were Diamond and Silk not allowed to be election judges in states they don't live in?
All you got to do, if this is a ballot right here, all I got to do is...
I need that wig, though. The one with the yellow stripe on the top. That's pretty spectacular. Like, that's superhero hair.
Look at it, and then I pass it 5 feet over so it can get 6 feet to you so that you can now see the back.
To make sure it's accurate.
It's just that easy.
That's all we
But wait, there's more.
asking for is fairness here. And we want to make sure that the integrity of our elections.
Yeah, it's fair. Every election we have, we can just let Diamond and Silk go through all the ballots. How many people think they would give up after the first 100,000 ballots? How long do you think it would be before they tapped out between the two of them?
Are intact.
Who's we? Because they're like, we need to see these. Like, go for it.
Right.
That was it. That's the whole thing. That's it. And again, this is a chunk of their show that the Trump campaign put on their website.
Democrat officials never believe
totally stole everything that is stolen. He's stolen. And they got a bunch of these. This is the dude with the Gaylord boxes has backup. Something profoundly wrong occurred. These are all like chunks of stuff. I witnessed Republican poll watchers being thrown out of windows. This is, I mean, they pop up, and all of these are 2 minutes, 33 seconds, 34 seconds. This guy gets a full 3 minutes. He gets 4:10. This dude, the driver, got 9 minutes, and that we'll never get back. And that was where we got the Arizona, like him phoning in. Yeah, and we saw Rudy already. So there's no new Rudy video, by the way. He's just exhausted from travel. You can't expect him to put a show together that quickly, folks. He's got to get back to his D.C. hotel room that we're both paying for. Because I have no doubt that the people who are, the Trump supporters are paying the legal bills, but because he's the president's lawyer, they finagled some way to pay for his hotel room or something through Bill Barr or something. It's really hard to say. Hold on one second. We'll switch back over to here. Hi, everybody. There we go. Well, that rounds us out. Here editing. I'm going to go fix some dinner, and I will see you guys tomorrow at our regular time. Thanks for being here. This show felt like it went by really fast, and I even started like a couple seconds early. Rudy's peeping. But don't forget, if I'm here every day for you. If you want to join us at 3 to 5 approximately. I know we go long sometimes if it's a big chunk of something, but I try to keep it tighter so people can get on with their lives. 3 to 5 Pacific time. And of course, you can view it whenever you want. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. I don't really push the notifications things. I think you guys are wise enough to figure out if you want to subscribe or not. I know I watch all those videos on like how to really get your YouTube channel off the ground. I don't know why Dean Martin is hosting all the how to make your YouTube videos. How to make your YouTube videos better. But I try to, I'm trying to be a little more pro with this thing. But I will be, the show this weekend at Flappers is going to be a Zoom show because of the limitations that the governor put on gatherings, which I 100% support. So flappers.com / I guess just flappers.com .com. I think it's flapperscomedy.com is the full site. I'm getting silly. But if you want to watch the show, all the proceeds go to Flappers and the staff there to keep them afloat during that, this stuff. I might go over some of the Kraken tomorrow. And no, I didn't get a new camera. This is the same camera. It's just I moved it to a different camera and the lighting's a little different. For the hell of it. Thank you very much. Yeah, and I want to thank you guys for joining us across the board. It's been lovely. Thank you guys for the Venmo support. It's my undying gratitude as we try to create, the new abnormal. And hey, I know, I'm not going to get the big bucks that Dor and the Young Turks get and all that kind of stuff because I don't have the intercept foreign money flowing in supporting my channel because no matter what I do, I shit talk America, that kind of thing. I know I'm not going to get that shit talk America dollar. So I rely on you guys. So whatever you want to do to help, greatly appreciate it. And I know the holidays are coming up, so if it's tight for people, I completely understand. Thank you, Melinda. You can super chat and do stickers on YouTube, Twitch, of course, guys. I love you guys over there. It is our primary backup, and without Twitch, we would have lost the show in a lot of ways. So I'm increasingly grateful to Twitch and the people who jumped over to join me there. If I hadn't had the full thought to set that stuff up last year and hadn't been squatting on my own name on Twitch and made sure that it was there, when YouTube put us in a timeout, we'd have been in a real hole over here in my household. Feeding the kid and whatnot. So I appreciate you guys jumping over there with me, those that did and those that have stayed over there. I greatly appreciate it. And again, if you prefer YouTube or Periscope or Facebook even, you can go subscribe on Twitch if you're an Amazon Prime member for free, and it helps out the show. And that I really like. That it doesn't cost you guys anything to do that is pretty spectacular. So I'm doing my best to try and make this as professional as possible, even though I feel like it's a gathering of friends. And I appreciate you guys putting up with these little moments. Hey, at least I'm not doing cigar ads like Rudy. We couldn't believe we almost lost our house. I'm not going to be doing that anytime soon. So this is how I do it with your guys' help. I adore you. Thanks. Every little bit helps. You're wonderful. I will see you guys tomorrow. Take care of yourselves and take care of somebody else. And don't forget, this is, as the holiday season rolls forward, let me make sure that I've got my thing queued up. I want to remind everybody that, again, Christmas, the holiday itself, whatever your religious background is, if you have one at all, Christmas is about the forgiveness of your friends and family and your fellow Americans and people about the world. You don't have to limit it there, but that's what it's really about. It's about giving that gift, saying, because literally the phrase forgive comes from the concept of to give as before whatever happened that caused this strife, this difficulty between us. I'm going to give to you as I did before this thing. That is what the word comes from. It's what it means. And that's what we practice in the Christian tradition and around Christmas. The root of that is to learn to give as before, and it's really hard work. It really is. If it was easy, there wouldn't be anything special about it. It really wouldn't. So giving a gift to your family and loved ones, letting them know that you're thinking about them, you know something about them, you know they wanted something and you wanted to give this gift to them because you can. That's the one part of it. But also giving the gift to the difficult family member, still including them in Christmas, is a big part of the process. And that's what we have to remind ourselves of before New Year's comes around and we forgive ourselves. So while you're leading up to Christmas over the next couple of weeks, again, whatever your and today is National Giving's Day, right? Giving Tuesday. It's a good reminder for that. Maybe you'll give to a charity, or maybe you'll just help somebody out that buy somebody dinner that struggles a little every so often, those kind of things. And if you can bring yourself to do that, it expands your ability to absorb tragedy in your own life. And it builds a barrier against anxiety, worry, and depression and sorrow when you can absorb and forgive. You build that strength up. So anyway, so that's just our little, our little immoral lesson, our semi-moral lesson over the holidays. But to get this part, right is very crucial, especially right now. And again, it's the what did they say? Hold on, there was somebody said Randy says, I don't forgive myself, I learn. In many ways, that is forgiving yourself. I mean, you heard me talk about regrets before. I'm a big fan of regrets. I think you should have them. But you should still be able to give to yourself understanding that you have absorbed that regret and become better. That's a whole other story. But again, don't stack your lessons so as to avoid the one in front of you. Some people will go, well, I do this and this is much, I have to have, this is in place. No, right now, the Chris Mass is a meditation on forgiveness. That's what it's for. And that's the meaning it can have, whatever your religious belief is. And I would challenge you, and I would applaud you if you try to apply that to your life in some way. That's why we try to laugh as much as we do about this stuff and disengage it from the serious pain and get some distance from it for our own mental health and our own hope. This is, and Danny says, I'm Jewish. Well, Christmas started as a pagan holiday before that had nothing to do with Christ in particular, and it had all the tribes of Europe and North Asia and that kind of area. They all had versions of this holiday. All agrarian societies have it, but it doesn't matter if it was a national holiday that had nothing to do with religion. This is still what it would be for, and that's what I would challenge everyone to try and do. It doesn't have to be everybody. You do it within the limit of your skill set, but try to think about that as best you can. So anyways, much love to you guys. Take care of yourself and take care of somebody else, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay? Okay, bye. Okay, see you later. Okay, bye.
in Michigan, and just yesterday in Arizona, and just the other day in Pennsylvania, and with more to come, Lord God. Let the scales fall from the eyes of our fellow citizens, and let them